Hey everyone, it's Bruce, obviously from Joinery Coach, and we're live in the hub right now. And one of the things that I'd promised I would do is have a look at your website. So I thought I'd jump on right now and just have a bit of a critique over your website. I'm trying out some new software right now, so please excuse me if I jump around a little bit. But I wanted to thank everyone. A lot of you have posted your website. And it's, a lot of them are really good, but you're obviously looking for, a little bit of feedback on your website. And I'm quite happy to do it. What I thought we'd do, if everybody doesn't mind, is I'll share your website on the screen and we'll go through them. But what I'll also do is I'll show you some websites that I've worked with that I think are exceptional websites. There's a common theme with a website that seems to be in the joinery industry where we tend to, just post a website, put up a picture of our stuff, sometimes hundreds and thousands of pictures of our stuff, and hopefully that sells something. But that really never seems to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen, and we'll have a look at the Joinery Business Hub. Hopefully you can see my screen. You can probably see me as well, I think. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. If everything is working well, hopefully the technology works well. And we'll just go through a few of these websites that you've posted. And I'll just verbally give a little bit of feedback at this stage. Hopefully it doesn't offend anyone, but this is all done 100% with the idea that I can help you in some way. I know that a lot of you are not website experts. I'll be upfront and honest. I'm not a website expert myself, but what I do know is that some of the people that I've worked with in the last 2-3 years who are marketing experts, and some of them are website experts, have taught me a lot about what a website needs to do and how to get it to convert and do what you need it to do. I don't know if there's many of you watching right now that, I don't know, maybe you're taking notes or you're gonna watch this back. One of the biggest takeaways about anything you put out there, whether it's your website or whether it's your Facebook page, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, doesn't matter what it is. The biggest mistake that people in our industry make, simply because we don't have a degree in marketing or any real background in this sort of stuff, one of the biggest mistakes we make is we try and sell when we post. And for the most part, it fails miserably. You'll post a picture of your kitchen and you'll say, here's our great work. Give me a call if you'd like a new kitchen, and the phone doesn't ring. What you really need to start getting your head around is that you're not trying to sell your stuff. What you're really trying to do is you're trying to sell the next step in your process. So what I mean by that is every marketing image or content that goes out into the world is not about selling your stuff. It's about selling the next step in your process. And if you don't have a process, in other words, if you're saying, look, here's my stuff, do you want to buy it? And that's actually the step. There's only just one step. That's too big a step. People will say, no, I'm sorry. I don't know you. And I don't trust you enough to do anything with you. So this is a website, E&M Joinery Services. For me, the background is a little bit distracting. There's way too much text on the page. And it's too text heavy. They often say that if you make a website, it's got to be made so that a 12-year-old could understand it. That sounds a little demeaning, but it's actually very true. People will respond to pictures. And the other thing that I think is really important to know is that the second most clicked on, or the second most important page on a website, is the About Us page. People don't buy from a business, they buy from a person. And when you post a website, what you really want to do is you want to gain trust. You want to get them closer to you so that they're inspired to do something and move a little bit closer to you. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to decide to buy from you by looking at your website, but they might decide to give you a call or book an in-house consultation or something like that. That's really the goal. And so on this website here, there's a request a quote, which is what we call a call to action. And this is first name, last name, and phone number and email. Now, what I would suggest here is that lighten this up a little bit. First name and email, that's all you really need. So the biggest thing I think with this website is maybe lighten the text up, and you need some calls to action. And I'll summarize later on as to how most of these websites can improve. Here we'll move on to Driftwood. This is a website that I like quite a lot. It's nice and light. There's a good feel to it. The main image is great. The one thing that you'll notice as we go through these websites, there's a reoccurring theme. There are no humans in sight. And without a doubt, the most converting images are either images with people in them or videos with people talking. And as you'll see, when we look through a lot of these websites, there are no humans to be found anywhere. And what people actually want to see is they want to see other people like them that might have had an experience with you that is a good experience. That's actually what you're selling. So good website, but we need to get some humans in here. Again, that image would be so much more powerful if there was a customer in there that looked, like they were enjoying the new kitchen. So this is the first About Us page that I've seen. And this is David Thrift. Thanks, David, for posting this up for us. You're telling a little bit about you. The About Us page, and I'll be really, really clear, and this will be really consistent with everyone. The About Us page is not about what you do. It's not about selling your service. It's about getting to know you as a person. You might play cricket. You might play footy. You might play chess. It doesn't matter. You need to talk a little bit about you as a person here, because About Us is about you. The rest of the website is to promote what you do and sell your services, sell your product. But the About Us page is reserved to gain a connection, a human, personal connection with your potential audience. So every single one of you that has an About Us page, and anyone that doesn't, you've got to have an About Us page. It needs to be personal. Now, I'm not saying you need to get into all sorts of personal stuff, but what I am saying is About Us page needs to be about you. People that gain a connection with another person are far more likely to buy from them. So this is an area here where I would say you've got a good layout, but it could be improved. Let's move on here to commercial core interiors. Good logo jumps out at me right away. It's a nice, clean website. The first thing we do is we scroll, and I see bicycles. There's some people here, which grabs my eye, but the one thing that we found over the years is the scrolling images tend to distract people. So I would try and stay away from scrolling images on your page, because it does get a little bit distracting. And if someone happened to be looking at that image and gained interest in, all of a sudden it's gone. So it tends to lose interest. You've got about 5 seconds to get people's interest. And if you don't do it within that period of time, you get a bit of trouble. So now just looking over this website, there's a home, there's a portfolio, but there is not an About Us page, and there isn't any real calls to action here. I'll go over this a little bit more later on. This is Darren's website. I'm sorry if anybody's posting any messages right now. I can't see them because all I can see is my screen. So Darren, the kitchen maker, the first thing I notice is there's the kitchen maker, custom kitchens, joinery at the top, and then there's TKM interiors, custom joinery off to the side here. Now for me, that's distracting. I'm not exactly sure who you are or what you do. So right off the bat, I'm a little bit distracted by those two names, but it's a good, clean layout. Again, there's no humans in the picture, so I haven't yet gained any sort of a personal connection. There's an About Us page, which I like, but again, there's no pictures of the people in here. You'll see so far we've almost not seen one human in any of the pictures. So again, I would improve this About Us page. That's, like I say, that's the second most clicked on, second most important landing page in your website. So the About Us page, they'll go, homepage, and then about us, they'll go, well, who are these people? Who am I going to potentially buy from? And if you have not made a personal connection, you've lost an opportunity. Let's go to Claude's website. So immediately the red joinery, CA joinery jumps out at me. So I know that you do joinery. There's a lot going on in this menu up here. We've got home, we've got specials, projects, clients, about CA. And as we scroll down, so the first people do is they scroll down, you've got this contact us. Now, the contact us form on this part of the website, I'm not inspired to contact you for any reason yet. So it's kind of the wrong place for that form. I still want to go, and I would probably go about us. So there's a little bit of information in here about your background, but not enough. So again, like with a lot of websites, we use the About Us page as an opportunity to sell what you do and your product, but it's really not for that purpose. The About Us page is really there to make a human connection. Should be a picture of you, maybe a picture of your team, but there is meet the team here. And as soon as this pops up on the screen, if anybody's watching right now, post a message, tell me automatically we've got people, we've got smiling faces, and all of a sudden you just feel better. You go, oh, there's Claude, there's Anne-Marie, there's Adam, there's all these people that I've just made a connection with. And I just got a little bit closer to this team, and I'm now more likely to want to do something with them. That's the power of human images, and that's the power of making human connections. A couple more, Taswood Joinery. Joining craftsmanship with design. It's a nice catchphrase. I like the look of the picture. It's obviously it's showing that someone's interior looks like it's going to scroll, but it doesn't scroll. So again, I'm not a big fan of scrolling images. I think what you need is what we call a hero image in your background that really does everything you need it to do. And as we scroll down, you've got customer service and custom design. So again, you're talking about your services, and then who we are. Great, we've got a human there, but no face, but a little bit of your story. So this is good. So we've got some story behind who you are and what you do. So this will get me a little bit closer to you. But again, we actually want to know more about you. We don't want to hear about the local supported businesses in the About Us page. That's about what your business does. That's not about you. So reoccurring theme here, the About Us page is generally letting a lot of these sites down. So what you're gonna find is that through all of these websites, there's a reoccurring theme here of the About Us page is generally letting you down a little bit. Now I'll show you a website that I think is exceptionally good as far as a joinery or a kitchen joinery website. Now this is a company in happens to be from my home country in Canada. I didn't plan it that way. That happens to be the way it's worked out. And one of the reasons this website works exceptionally well, and I did some work with this company back in the 2007, 2006, in that sort of era. And one of the reasons that this website works well, number one, there's a hero image in the background of the website that is static, and it talks to their target client. So obviously these guys do kitchen cabinets that is for homeowners who may be doing renovations or new homes. That's it. That's all they do. So they're very, very specialized, and they know who their target market is, and their website screams at that target market when they land on the page. It's quite clean. They've got products, but as you scroll down, you start to see that they understand the customer landing on this website, and the customer probably wants to know, well, what's the first step? Okay, I like what this looks, how this looks. Obviously, that's a young family enjoying their new kitchen. That's what you're selling. You're selling that that emotion. First step, make a plan. Second step, do a design. Third step, do a build. Fourth step, install. So automatically you start taking them through the journey, but you've sold them on what we call, you take them to the promised land, which is you promise that when the kitchen is finished, they're going to love it. And that's what that image does right at the very beginning. So when you take them to the promised land and you make them want you, that's what they actually want. This process will not be as difficult for them to go through. And then as you go through here, there's other options, some testimonials from clients. Now, if these were video testimonials, it'd be far more powerful. Personally, I don't think testimonials with someone's first name on it really means a whole lot. Anybody could write that, so it's fairly meaningless. But they've got a blog here also that that is really quite powerful. So if you're a customer doing a renovation, 5 signs that you need a new kitchen cabinets, and something that will, is there for the client to consume. That's really powerful. So there's a few of these, but I think that this particular website works pretty well, and they do a pretty good job on social media as well. And so after critiquing a few of your websites, what I thought I'd do also is I would jump on my iPad and just go through with you the bones of a website and what you really need to look for on your website to make it work exceptionally well for you. So I'm just trying to get my iPad going here. Hopefully you can see my iPad. It's coming up on the screen. There it is. So there's a few basics that I'll go through with you about websites. First of all, and I apologize for I'm no artist, so I'll do my best. Oftentimes the website has a logo. That's just your stock standard logo off to the side, and you'll have a menu here. Now it's important that your menu always has a home, and that always stays there. And then the other things on your, the top screen can be the menu at the top. That's pretty stock standard. You can have that down the side or at the top. It doesn't really matter all that much. Now, what we found with websites is there's a term that's called above the fold and below the fold. And the fold is essentially before someone has to scroll the page, what they're going to see on their screen to begin with. That's above the fold. So we want to try and get things that are above the fold that are going to have the most impact as possible. So in almost every case, we've got a website that has what we call a hero image. So you've got a hero image back here. And one of the things that I find a lot is if you don't actually know who your target client is, it could be commercial joiners, it could be residential kitchens, it could be homeowners building houses, it could be people doing shop. If you don't actually know who your target client is, it's going to make it really, really hard to make your website work. We might have to create a couple of different websites, each for a specific target audience. And I have to tell you that if you really want your website to work, that is really what you need to do. You've got to have a very specific target audience, and the website is designed to do that. So oftentimes we find that there's a hero image. If you have an image of you off to the side here with your smiling face, that can help because that creates that human connection. Sorry about my very bad. Let me do it a little bit better here. Let's just go with Stickman, shall we? If you have you off to the side here with a smiling face, that really helps because you make a connection. There was something I heard the other day that was when eyes meet, there's a split second where your pupils are exactly the same diameter. And it's like for a split second, you've actually made that connection and it's unavoidable. And it happens in images as well. So when your face is there with the hero image behind it, this is proven to be very powerful. And if you have a video that can be played over top of this, this again, it takes people on a little bit of a journey that's a light touch. Now, here's the big takeaway from this that is the big learning for me. Now, I have to tell you that in both of our coaching programs, both the Wealthy Joiner programs and the 90-day accelerator program, as well as the GPS program, we teach all of this in these programs. So if you want to learn a little bit more about this and dig down and get a few more layers and work out how all of this ties into your marketing strategies, just book a call with me and we can have a discussion about it. But it's all more expansively laid out in our programs. I'm happy to talk to you a little bit more about that. So you've got your hero image on your website and you've got an image of you, smiling face here, and you've got maybe a video that'll play here. And the video could be, again, it's a personal connection video. It's a video of why you in business, who's your family, maybe a picture of your team playing cricket, and maybe a customer. If you have the ability to get a customer to give you a video testimonial, that's just incredibly powerful. Now, here's the big takeaway. And this was a huge, massive light bulb moment for me about 3 years ago. We think that whoever lands on your website is going to be inspired to do something, and that's not really the case. What we need to realize is that your website is going to have someone landing on that's going to be in one of three buying positions. Now, number one buying position is going to be they don't know anything about you. They've just landed on your website. Maybe they've been directed here from some other place, and they're really, really what we call cold traffic. And because you're going to get a lot of cold traffic landing on your website, or at least some cold traffic landing on your website, you need to have something on your website for them to do, something for them. And so this first box here is a call to action that is basically saying, hey, thanks for landing on my website. I realize that just by landing on my website, you're not going to buy something from us, but here's a free gift. So download this free thing that might be, what's the difference between stone bench tops and concrete bench tops? Have you ever heard of soft close drawer runners? Would you like to know about undermount lights? Whatever it is that you might have that you can give away for free, just click this here and give away a free thing. People will do that. And particularly if you've done a good job of attracting the right people and this free thing is of interest to them, yeah, they'll go and get it. And that's a way to collect their name and their email. The next thing, if someone comes back again or they're getting a little bit warmer, the second buying position is going to be they're getting a little bit closer to you, but they're not really certain yet if they want to book a call. But if you put a book a call here, and then they click on it, and again, it's just choose a time that's best for you, book a call. Acuity is a program that I use. You can get a free Acuity account. It doesn't cost you anything. And this button on your website here can link to your call booking program, and that can help you organize your day, because you can say, look, on, let's say Mondays and Thursdays, you make yourself available for calls. So one is cold traffic, 2 is a little bit warmer traffic, and this could be book an appointment, or let's just, order now type of thing, because maybe they're now warm. So this is cold, warm, and hot, that type of thing. But by having three offers on your website for people in one of those 3 buying positions, you're taking them on a journey, and you're asking them not to buy your thing, you're asking them to buy the next step in your sales process. And eventually what happens is they get to here where they're maybe booking a call with you or booking a sales appointment and going from there. So those are some of the basics about websites. Your hero image in the background. I think it's great if it shows, like we saw with Superior Cabinets, we saw something that speaks to your target market, a smiley picture of you, maybe your team, an image, a video that might play here on top of it, and an offer, call to action that is something that's going to appeal to anybody in one of the 3 buying positions, so that your website actually has more conversion capabilities. I'm going to stop my share and go back to Facebook and just see if anybody has any questions or comments. Please feel free to put them up. I'm just figuring out how to get back to Facebook here so I can see what I'm doing. So yeah, so if anybody has any questions or comments, please feel free to throw them up on Facebook chat right now. I'd be more than happy to either chat with you now or just answer your questions as you put them up. Hopefully that's been of help to you guys. I'm gonna cut the call off here because we've got some noise in the background, and that's probably distracting a few of you, but hopefully that's been a bit of some help to you. Again, it's a very quick overview, not going into too much detail, but a few takeaways you can use. Any questions, post them in the comment box. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about our marketing programs and how we can help you implement not only just your website strategy, but everything linking up from your social media to to get those A-grade clients calling you, please feel free to go to our website. Here in the hub, there's an About the Hub section, which got some links if you'd like to go there. But either way, post some comments and questions, and love to hear from you. Bruce from the Joinery Coach, have a great time in the hub. And please log in tomorrow, where we're going to be talking to Chris from Curve Living and talk about his journey from where he was to where he is now. It's going to be really quite exciting. So, hey, Jack, nice to see you. And Jason, great to see you on board as well. Jamie, you're welcome. Hopefully that's been of some help to you. And yeah, we'll chat to you guys soon. Have a great night.